On today's episode, we're talking about metal roofs and best practice underlayments. I'm a big fan of metal roofs. I like to specify those as much as possible on my houses. They're really going to give great durability to the house. They can add some reflectivity so we can get some energy efficiency savings from a metal roof, and they're super durable. A lot of them can take a hailstorm, they can be a Class A fire protector, and they can last 50 to 75 years. So metal is a great choice. But on today's episode, I want to talk about the importance of an underlayment that's going to provide an air gap for your metal roof. You know, metal roofs have a tendency to have condensation form on the underside of them, and we want to be able to dry that condensation out. Also, metal roofs aren't 100% waterproof. There are certain storms that you're going to get where some water is going to get beyond that metal roof, and you want to be able to dry them out. In the past, you've seen me use 1x4s on a diagonal to air gap that or space that metal roof off. That's a great way to go, but it's also expensive and fairly labor intensive. I want to talk to you today about a product we're using on this house behind me. This is our auto house project by MF Architecture, and we're using a product by Cosella-Dörken called DELTA-TRELA. This is a roof underlayment that has an air gap built in. So first, let's talk about the underlayment. This is a 3-layer polypropylene right here. You can see it's very thick. It's kind of like a jean material. It feels very thick and durable, very commercial grade. It also has a very high permeance level, so if you've got moisture from the house, it can dry through this underlayment. This is about 120 perms. And then here's the secret sauce right here. Bonded to it is this 3D mesh. This is also made of polypropylene, so that now when I screw my metal roof down, I'm still gonna have an air gap between the roof and the underlayment. When the roof's screwed down, this is gonna provide about 1/4 inch. All right, let's go up on the high lift. We're gonna see this roof from above, and let's talk about a few more things that I like about the DELTA-TRELA. We've got a great bird's eye view here. We're 50 feet in the air on our sky lift, and now check it out. You can see that DELTA-TRELA on top of our auto house project. And what that's doing is it's giving us 1/4 inch air gap between that metal roof that's down and that underlayment. Remember, that's gonna dry out any condensation that forms. Any water that gets past the metal is gonna have a nice air gap layer to be able to dry out. This is an impressive product, and I love that it's all in one. A couple other features that we haven't mentioned: when we're putting that underlayment down, where it overlaps, we're going to use a caulking from Delta as well to really seal those seams. They also make a Trella Plus that has a pull-off adhesive strip that you can order. And the last thing that I want to mention, with every roll, they're going to include 100 of these fasteners that are from Germany. Check these out. They have an EPDM gasket right there in the nail. So when we nail that down, we're going to get a nice waterproof seal right at that nail. Very impressive. Last thing I want to mention that I think is one of the best benefits that frankly I didn't know about when I first started using it, it's going to give us some quietness from that roof. You know, one thing that people mention when they're thinking about metal is they're worried about the noise transferring down to the house. Because of this mesh and that air gap, it's going to reduce the noise up to 15 decibels of rain or hail hitting that roof. So there's a lot of benefits to this when it comes to durability, but also that quietness. There'll be a link in the description below so you can check out their website. Otherwise, we'll see you next time from 50 feet in the air on The Build Show.